All right, let's talk about some more work environment or even better, negotiation tactic for a better job offer. Now, I want you to be equipped with the powerful negotiation tactic to command a better job offer, learn from confident advocate for your value and secure a compensation that benefit you deserve. Now, here's the question I got for you. Are you tired of feeling undervalued at work? Want to land a dream job with a salary that reflects your skills? This video will reveal the negotiation tactic you need to secure the best possible compensation package. Now, if you didn't know, I used to own my own company and I do talk to a bunch of other CEOs still. I still do um, hang out with some. I still talk business with a lot of people, and we do talk about business a lot. And one of the things that topic that came out is how to handle negotiation tactic for us to get you at the cheapest price that we can so we can make the most profit. Now, I want to get you this detail. Why? Because I want everyone to understand how to negotiate for your proper salary. If you're a new grad, a senior person, or just moving jobs, or even staying at your current job, these negotiation tactics will help you because everyone wants to get paid more, but you have to know how to negotiate because some methods just do not work. And I can give you an example of a method. You go in and tell your boss, I need a raise because, or I'm leaving. That is not a negotiation topic. That's threatening to leave the company. And usually that doesn't work very well, no matter how valued you are. They might give it to you right then and there, but at the end of the day, they're going to start looking for people to replace you. Just because you start threatening does not mean you're in a better position. Now, let's get into the introduction. The power of negotiation. The job market is more competitive than ever.
The class of 2025, always feels weird to say that, is entering a job market shaken by federal cutbacks, uncertainty over tariff policy. I'm going to throw AI in there too, Sharon. Surveys show that job prospects for recent graduates are down significantly from a year ago. So what is going on?
The negotiation skills is essential to secure the best possible offer. So you need to be able to negotiate for your job because if you're there at a current job, you need to tell them how much money you save the company or how much money you earn the company. That's the only two ways you can get a better salary at a job. Now, if you go into a job market and you start negotiating your salary with another competitor, you just have to tell them, I brought in X amount of money and I was able to save this amount of money by doing XYZ. That is what they want to hear whenever you're negotiating. Now, this video will give you a roadmap on how to negotiate a confident effectively. And whether you're a seasonal professional or fresh school, out of school, understand the negotiating tactic can significantly boost your earning potential and career trajectory. Yes, you need to understand your worth. So before you can start negotiating and doing all this stuff, let's talk about understanding your worth because part of negotiation is knowing how much money you're actually worth and what is the market value for your job. So you need to do market research. I understand you can be competent, you can bring in X amount of money, but what is the market research say for that job position you are doing? So understand your worth. So market research, value, and proposal. So research the industry benchmark, compare salaries for a crucial establishment for your work. So you need to go to Glassdoor, you need to go to Indeed, you need to do actual product research because I had an example of someone coming to work and telling everyone that he was making $40 an hour. And the next tech that's the same level as him said, I'm only making $20 an hour. Why is he getting paid so much money? And this is why companies don't like y'all talking about salary. And I had to literally tell that guy that was making $20 an hour, he is lying. Because the market research shows that you are getting paid what you are worth. Now, he said $40. I told him I can't discuss his salary. But I can tell you right now is that is not the salary range at all. And the salary range is this and this. So he is either lying, but I can't validate that. But here is the sheet that shows you the salary range. And this is the one thing. Talk and understand what is the salary range for that position. Go to HR, talk to them, see what's the salary range. Now, if you're doing that good at your job, you can always renegotiate. So identify your unique skills and experience and contributing that makes you valuable to your employers. Now, if you saying this market value is not represent you and you're a top 1%er, that's a whole different ball game. Or you're the best programmer there is, or you're the best XYZ, and you can prove it. I brought in $40 million for this company and I saved them $10 million. So essentially I made the company $50 million. You know what? You come to a table like that, you can negotiate your salary in a reasonable amount of time. But if you come to a negotiation tactic and says, I have a work experience at my last job and I was a warehouse worker, and all I did was put it on the shelf, take it off the shelf, and that's all I really did, and that's my experience, and they're gonna be like, well, okay, then you're gonna get what market value gives you. That's just how it works. If you, for example, the same situation, a warehouse worker, you said I itemized it and speed up the process for it, saving 200 hours a year, 50 hours a year, 50 hours a week for everyone else so they can do more important things. That's a whole different level of negotiating. This is where you want to do. So qualify your accomplishment and showcase the impact you can do from your previous role. You have to show what you've been doing. If you're in college, you have to show what you're doing in college you deserve this job. If you didn't do internship, you worked. You did student activity. You need all this stuff to help you. All right. So let's go into the negotiation strategies, a framework for success. So now you understand how the market research works and the value of the proposals. Negotiation strategy and framework for success. Let's start by clear understanding of desired salary and benefit you want. You can't go to a company and says, you make me an offer and I'll take it or leave it. You need to tell them how much money you kind of want and what benefits you want. Because as a business owner, I don't know what's going in through your mind. As an owner of a company, I will tell people, okay, this is, what salary do you want? And they'll be like, I don't know. I'm like, I posted online. So is it within that range? Because I'm not going to sit here and give you an offer and then you come back and offer more. I want to know what you are expecting so I can tell you if we're too far apart. Because sometimes my budget does not allow for a top 1%er that wants $400,000 a year, for example. You know, maybe that position can only afford $100,000. So we're too far apart. I can't give you the job. We can't talk about. So know what you want. And utilize the best alternate to negotiate agreement. So you need to figure out what's your fallback plan. If you don't get what you want, what's the bare minimum you take? Because sometimes people have too high of expectation, and I want you to understand this, that I want you to get the best salary you can, but you need to understand what a real salary is and what that position really pays. I'm not saying you don't deserve it, but sometimes people have these outrageous expectations. I met someone that told me they just graduated from dental hygienist and they're going to want to make $100 an hour right after they get out of school. I was like, is that even possible? That's kind of unrealistic. And I told them, and they kept turning down jobs. Say, no, I want this. I want this. I said, well, that's not what the market say. You're a new grad. So what are you expecting? Eventually, they end up taking a job, but they didn't get the $100 an hour. They end up finally getting a salary they kind of want. And so those are the examples of how you successfully do it. Now, some of the common negotiation tactics and pitfalls to avoid. Be prepared for a common tactic employers may use, is such as lowballing your offer or delay tactic. I do this all the time. I will lowball you, and this is something you do in business. You lowball them or delay the response because you want them to wait. Maybe they really need a job. Maybe they got fired. Maybe they're pissed off at work. Something. I just delay it. It's not top agenda if they lose out a week or two. I give them 2 weeks. I might send them the offer letter at the exact 2 weeks so that they can calm down thinking they did this great job. Or I'll lowball them. They said they want $40 an hour. I said, well, I'll offer you 30. Because someone else, you might be the best candidate, but someone else is willing to do the job for 25. That almost meets your requirement. Well, I'd rather get paid him $5 more and make someone happy than hope that your skills matches what you do. So I might lowball offer just to see how you react. You tell me to F off. You tell me, hey, I'm making more than that. So I understand your situation. And these are the things I do as a business. And then avoid making emotional decision or rushing into agreement. So sometimes an offer might be too good to be true. And you need to really understand the company and research it before you just rush into it. Don't let your emotion get in there. Make a very logical decision. And lastly, stay calm, professional, and focus on finding a mutual benefit outcome. Don't just focus on salary, focus on work-life balance, focus on everything. So make sure you get everything you want because not every single time company is going to be perfect for you. So if you don't find the perfect atmosphere for you, you're not going to be happy. You're going to end up leaving anyways. So make sure you find the best place that benefits both you and the company. And closing the deal and securing the best possible offer. Let's talk about how do you close it. So once you summarize your strength and contribute value to the company and express the excitement or opportunity commitment to the company and preparing to walk away from negotiating if it doesn't meet your expectation. If it doesn't meet your expectation or what you want, just walk away. And you didn't pass up on it, they couldn't afford you, right? You have to make sure you be willing to walk away if you want that $50, $60 an hour from that job role you want, or $100, $200. You have to be willing to walk away. And you have to make sure if you don't highlight your strengths and weaknesses and tell them what you're worth, you're not going to get a good offer. And those are you have to make sure in there. So like and subscribe to my video. That's all I got for you. If you follow these tips and tricks and how to negotiate salary, you should get the best salary you can. And this is coming from a business owner that does these negotiations all the time and understand how business works. Like and subscribe to my video.